Defeat this CGI dragon
They had to do
in
it
order to
for
replenish my health.
they had to do it for other routes as well. So instead of it happening for another route, um, much better looking because it came out like a couple years later. Much better looking CGI dolphins come in and start flowing.
Just dolphins, though.
Just fucking dolphins.
Nothing else flows.
Nope.
But,
certainly no scene of him busting nut on her chest, like in the goddamn novel. I know.
So,
the worst part.
but is there anything? Well, I don't know. Everyone has their limits, you know.
Thank you, 100 Rotten Limes, for following in the middle of that horrible transition.
What would you do with 100 rotten limes? Make 50 rotten pies?
I'm still thinking of the really bad fucking, and I don't want to answer that question.
Stop thinking about anime characters fucking, Tom.
I try every day.
Is this your curse?
Oh, the curse of.
Is that why you box?
Is that why I fight? I fight to get the demons out of me.
Why do you fight, Tom?
I tell you, today, like, it's 30 degrees where I'm living right now, and
yeah, and you boxed outside in shorts.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good thing to do if you want to increase, like, endurance. And man, I haven't done it for about like 2 weeks, so I took quite a few good ones, but totally worth it. Oh. So we've reached the part of the game where if we don't, if we stay in a room for too long...
Yeah, there's no more safe areas, right?
Pretty much.
Or if we stay in a place for too long, like, you can't clear an area out anymore.
Yeah. So...
Basically, we're at the, Baron von Blubba phase of Fatal Frame 2.
Yeah. And also, none of these fights are actually worth it in that case. Because they're going to do nothing but take up our ammo. So, I'm pretty sure I don't actually need to be here anymore. I think I can just probably check out what happened to our friend.
Jailboy?
Yeah. So we want to go to the underground cellar. So now we're gonna stop ghost fighting and start ghost dodging.
Maybe do some ghost writing.
I just take pictures of anime girls and post them on the punching bag so I can get out the
Who would you punch? Aggression. Who would you just sock right in the face?
What anime, if I had the opportunity to punch it, would it be?
Maybe like the Clanad ones?
I am not a big fan of Clanad. Not punchably not a fan, but definitely not like a big fan. Probably Sword Art Online.
Yeah. But you can play your anime with Sword Art Online.
It is the most, like, Mary Sue anime of all fucking time. Basically, if you want me to not like an anime, you have to make the main character lovable to everybody and undefeatable to everybody, but make it, like, not be One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah. See, One Punch Man works because it runs into the Superman problem where, you know, he's invincible. He can't ever be defeated. So then how do you have any kind of tension or drama in, like, a show like that where the main character will never be defeated.
Exactly how
And
I feel.
they just don't
Oh,
focus on him. He's not
fuck.
the main character.
Oh, fuck me.
What?
We got
It's
buddies.
just a ghost.
No, we got our old Rugrat buddies. They're back.
Uh-oh.
But also,
Rugrats from under the mat.
I'm in a much... Oh, I don't have to even bother with them. See ya!
Okay.
Yeah, like, One Punch Man solves that problem really perfectly. It's like, we're not only gonna have our guy fucking unbeatable, we are going to make our guy unfucking beatable in every situation, but also he's gonna be unbeatably powerful, but he's also gonna be the biggest doofus, and, like, no one in the series but, like, 3 people know he's the most powerful, and everyone else hates him.
And he's, like, humble as hell. He's not like Superman, where he's just, like, I'm so great.
Yeah.
He'll actually, like, pretend to be, like, the bad guy so that other heroes don't have it so hard.
Exactly. Kirito from Sword Art Online is the most, like... Oh, okay, good. I'm going the right way. Kirito is the most, like, I am the most, like, everyone loves me, and I'm humble, but not, you know, a humble person. I am a, oh, I just don't think I'm all that powerful. Meanwhile, he's out, like, destroying gods, and all the women want to just fuck the hell out of his dumb, boring, nothing...
Dick.
He's an eroge protagonist. If you ever read any, like, the grand majority of, like, porn novels and whatnot, the main character of them is the most boring-looking, generic... I have short, dark hair.
That's when they bothered to design him at all.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they don't even have faces.
They do that purposely so that the people reading it can, you know, self-insert. Really bad instance of using the term, but self-insert. Oh yeah, we also have that film reel that we picked up a while back and never used.
I wonder if there's, like, a girl equivalent to that. Where it's like the girl doesn't have a face and she has, like, a bunch of guys that she fucks.
What's it? Mystic Messenger, the Ultimate game, which that's a term for the female version of it, Ultimate. That people are going crazy over. The main character, she has long brown hair, and you can't see her face. Like,
don't talk over the movie.
For a second, I thought she was gonna come out of the frame.
Yeah.
Oh, we found it. This is it. This is the frame. This is the.
Oh, the fatal frame.
We finally found the fatal frame. And yeah, that's one example, but that happens in Ultimate games, like tons of like it's slowly coming to a point where a fair amount of porn in like in Japanese like porn stuff is actually being made for women. Like there's the big event Comiket, which I know there's a winter one, I think there's also a summer one, but it's basically a 3-day long doujinshi event where you know, that's where they'll sell. It's not all porn, obviously. That's also where the Toho games.
Yeah, doujinshi is just like it's individual people that just made comics. Sometimes it's fan art and sometimes it's original stuff.
Yeah, comics, fan art, games. That's where the
Yeah, doujinshi games are wild.
Yeah.
Like there's a big like market. Well, not market, but there's like a big following for people who just make kind of like we do, like the indie game stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you look like you might be a boss. But yeah, so it's, you have a few days of Comiket where they have, you know, arrow dojins and whatnot, but usually the final day of Comiket is almost always the day for female, like, Fujoshi.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah. It's actually it's funny because like the term Fujoshi is kind of an insulting term. Kind of it's kind of like there are so many like nerds who are like, "Oh, I'm an otaku." Like, that's not exactly a flattering term.
Yeah, it's like over there it's kind of an insulting term, like for
It's
somebody that never leaves the house.
it's like dweeb or like,
Yeah.
but Fujoshi, I want to say it has something to do with like trash or dirty or something like that. But it takes up an entire day of this major event.
I wonder how many guys are there just to see if they can meet pervy girls, though.
In Japan, if anyone is going to be doing that, it's going to be Westerners going to Japan for that. Because Japanese aren't fucking all that much. It's actually
what?
kind of a big problem.
They aren't what?
They're not fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it means like rotten girl or something to that effect.
Bad girl. You're such a bad girl.
Like, it's not a flattering term.
It might be like if we had a comic convention, it was like stupid fucker idiots day.
It's like calling someone like Steven Universe trash or Homestuck trash or something like that.
Well, we have a word for homestuck trash, and it's homestuck.
It's Homestuck.
You're a homestuck. I don't want to talk to you. You're a homestuck. You might throw a bucket at me. Which that actually happened, by the way. Somebody got hurt. I remember reading this post about like etiquette if you're a homestuck and you go to a convention. It's like one of the rules was please ask for permission before you lick somebody.
Yep. In addition to, hey, just don't fucking do it, it's you may mess up their makeup.
Yeah, smear your gray makeup everywhere.
That was actually a real big fucking problem. Because, like, hey, people gotta clean that up.
Not me.
There's also a video of a bunch of people spitting in a bucket.
Oh, okay. I guess I deserve that. I probably shouldn't have brought up the bucket thing.
Yeah. The whole Homestuck fandom and buckets, just in general, they don't get along. They don't get along all that well.
Like, I understand, like, a lot of teenagers read it as they were, like, on the cusp of, discovering their sexuality and stuff, and that was, like, kind of a supplement. I don't know how it works, but I don't know.
The problem with all of this is it's coming in a good place because they make these series very open to, it's kind of like with before it was Homestuck, it was the Hetalia fandom. Before it was the Hetalia fandom, it was the Naruto fandom, or Soul Eater, or
was it ever Mega Tokyo?
We're talking about like literally when I started coming on to convention times. But yeah, before that it was the Mega Tokyo fandom, and whenever you have a series that has
theater.
Hey, 8-Bit Theater is one of those
VG
series.
Cats.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna throw out all the random ass webcomics I used to read. Go on Invader Zim forums.
I mean, all these series had. Whenever you have a series that has, in addition to people with different body types and different, like particularly Steven Universe with different orientations, with different body types, and acceptance for all those, you're gonna have.
Which is like really open about it apparently, and very like accepting, which is really weird considering the fan base is like horrible.
It's both good and bad because you're making a space that's open for everyone, yet you're also having you also have yeah, just some of the worst of the fandom too. Because then you have entire. Yeah. It's good to have acceptance.
It's like the opposite going on now. It's like you're not being open enough when you draw that fan art. That character is supposed to be fat.
Yeah, it's good to have acceptance, but you got to make sure that acceptance doesn't breed entitlement.